Alright, so in case you don't know, I'm going to start this over again with my introduction. My name is Lori. I'm also known as the Crafty Lady, and I am a variety streamer. I do crafting as well as play Minecraft and several other games. So this is a stream where we started on Monday. We started doing a junk journal from start to finish. Well, we started it, and we're going to continue today. It's timing the other, yeah, I know, it's crazy. So we're going to continue with the junk journal today, and we're going to choose some signature pages for it and see if we can start embellishing those and get this set up. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat, and I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. But other than that, this is the junk journal that we started. I started with just a cardboard cookie box. I put some packaging. It was like a bubble wrap packaging. I used that on this on the outside just to give it a little bit of a tactile feel. And then I've covered it with fabric because that gives it some strength. It also gives it a really nice soft feel. We're going to do something with the corners. Don't worry about that. You know, they look a little frayed right now, but that's going to get covered up. And now we're going to pick out pages for the signature. Now, when it comes to picking out the pages for the signature, I have a fair bit of space here, and I kind of measured it so I know that I want 3 signatures in here. That's how many we should be able to fit in here. I don't want too many pages in any of those signatures because it's going to bulk out the size of this. So we're going to see maybe 8, whatever. But here's where you can get really creative with what you use as signature pages. So I have, over the period of time, I've dyed and played around with different papers. I've used some embossing, some stamps, and this was molding paste, so I've made some of that. I've got a vellum type page here, which is really cool. You can kind of see through it. It's very opaque, but you can still see through it a little bit, so that might be interesting to use as an embellishment on one of the pages. By all means, you can use envelopes. This is the nice thing about being able to make a junk journal is you can use your envelopes and use them as pockets in your junk journals and so forth. So we're going to use some of that. We may use some of this tissue as a page or maybe to decorate a page. So there's those. I know I want to use a couple of these little brown paper envelopes. Um, we're going to kind of use those as pockets in each of those. So maybe we'll put those in 2 signatures versus 3 of them. Um, we're going to use, gotta stop saying All right, we're going to use some coffee filters, used coffee filters. And this will be like a scalloped page in one of them. We could actually use them as pockets. If you fold it just right, then you can get a couple pockets and put those on a page, and you can insert uh, little tags and note cards and whatever into those as well. So we're definitely going to incorporate some of those. Receipt books. Never uh, uh, what am I trying to think of the word? Never think that you can't use something in a junk journal because everything is usable. So we're going to use a few pages of this. We'll probably make it as a tag so that there's, writing area for people to journal. So we're going to use some of those. We can also use a calendar. So we're going to pull a couple of pages out of each of these because even if we don't use the actual calendar pages for anything in particular, it's still paper that we can use and decorate. So I'm just going to pull some of these out. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Car. Awesome. I'll be very happy to have you in my stream with me. So these will be cool. So as I said, I'm going to do 3 signatures. So I'm going to try and make sure that, they each have similar items in them. They don't have to be exactly the same, but they're going to have similar items. I'm going to use, because I may have to cut these down a little bit, but I wanted to be able to use, one of these cards in each of the signatures. So we have, we have the envelopes that we can use too. Perfect. So we're going to use 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't matter that they're a different language. These ones are all, well, there's a beach scene, there's a waterfall scene, and there is another seascape sorta. So let's use the waterfall, the flowers. Keep the 2 sea scenes for another project, and we'll use these 3. So we have those 3. We'll put these aside for another project. Also, not that anyone has these anymore, but yellow pages, phone books. I use them in my quilting when I'm doing scrappy blocks. So I can sew on the page and do I usually do like diagonal blocks. And then once it's all sewn together, the paper tears easily from the back. So then there's no issue with leaving the paper in. It doesn't have to stay in the quilt. So I'm going to try and incorporate 3 of these pages because they can be folded over. We can make them into pockets. So I'm just trying to get a random selection of items to use. Now here I've coffee dyed and tea dyed several pages. So there's some ledger pages. There's another one too. So we're going to use those. May only need like half of one. That might work too. So we'll grab this one and this one. We'll try and incorporate those. There are also, I have coffee dyed coffee filters, or not coffee dyed. Well, they were coffee dyed, but then I've used watercolor paints and I've added extra colors to them. So these will work really well, and we can incorporate those, and that's what these pages are too. It's a Brusho watercolor paint that is in powder form. There are several. I was experimenting and seeing how these pages would play out. I want that in there because it's a gridded paper, but it's like tracing paper, almost like a vellum. So we're going to use a piece of that. Maybe we'll use one of those ones. And I kind of like the blue with the yellow, so we'll grab one of those as well. So we have several items to choose from. Ooh, maybe. Hold on. Okay, we've already got those colors in there. Then the blue and the yellow. Was there something else that caught my eye? Mostly blues, reds. These ones are all pretty cool, but I think that'll do. That gives us some to work with. Now, when I was doing the coffee dye, I also used several of my stencils. Ooh, got to use the music page. Always, if you find used old music books with the notes and the keys and the instructions, whatever, any music books that you find in like thrift stores, Goodwill stores, grab them. They're great for using in your junk journals. I have pockets. Oh, but what I was saying was when I did some of this coffee dyeing, what I did was I put some of my stencils. Can't really see it on that one. Let me find a page that you can actually see it on. Laid my stencils in, so then it acted like a resist. So you can see a little bit there. So the stencil acted like a resist against the coffee, so then we get a bit of an impression. So we'll probably use a couple of those. Some of these are really funky with the way they turned out because they had some ink on them, or the page was actually colored, and then with the coffee staining, it gave it a really unique texture and color, patina. Um, here's another one of those. We'll try and throw that in. Now, you're not just limited to stuff that you've coffee dyed and stuff that has been changed, modified, painted on, whatever. There's always other items you can use. So what I've done here is I've taken different magazines and like this was a map book. And what I've done is just basically stamped one of the stamps that I have and then colored it in, or I've used inks or dyes to color it in. And then I can cut those out and use those to embellish a package or a pocket or one of the pages. So there's lots here. And look at this one. We've got flowers, we've got a little sewing basket, a little bottle with buttons. So you can use these as well. So don't write off old map books, because even if we just throw this into our junk journal, we've got something to work with. It adds interest to the page, something you can use. Not sure I want these ones in there, but also, old gardening books. I'm collecting seeds, and so I'm going to add storing seeds. It's nice to have the pictures. It's almost like a specimen sample. So we'll add 3 of those pages, one of each of those. And then, considering I think this one's going to have a bit of a literature theme, I'm going to use pages from a very old French book that I found at an antique store. And this way they're already folded. They're already kind of the size that we need. So, wow. And this one is so old, when they printed it, they didn't even separate all the pages properly. It's hilarious. And you can, depending on where you go and where you look, you can find some of these fairly cheaply. Not always, though, so watch. You don't want to spend a whole lot of money when you can just as easily use scrap paper out of your junk mail. So we have those. I've got so this is the book of sheet music that I've been pulling pages out of and dyeing it or using it as is. More ledger paper. More ledger. I know I've got some more that I've used down here. Sorry. So I think I might leave, since I found those other 2 that had kind of like a seascape type thing, I'll save these ones. So these are stencils that I used while I was dyeing these with the coffee staining, and they have a very nautical theme. So I think I'm going to save that for those ones in particular. Ooh, there's a really cool one. And I used a glitter spritz. So this one turned out really nice. I like that. Not sure I want that in here though. Maybe a pink page, just because we have several brown type pages. Let's mix it up a little bit. Here's another one where I did the stencil on top while it was ink dyeing, and even this square one, that is a stencil too. That's a metal stencil. And then after it was done drying, I stamped a couple of deer on this. I might actually pull this out and put that on one of the pages. It'll be nice for the wilderness stuff, especially with some of the stuff that we unboxed 2 days ago with the subscription boxes from Cora Crea Crafts. There's some scraps. You can always use scraps. I like doing doilies too. You can find doilies in the dollar stores in multiple packages, different sizes, round ones, square ones, and sometimes heart ones. So you can dye those and use those in your junk journals as well. There's no end to what you can use in a junk journal and how you decorate it. It's completely up to you, and that's why each one is so individual and unique. There's no reason to have something boring that you're going to journal in and save your memories. Now these are all kind of the same tone because they're all coffee dyed. I think I want to keep, well, the blue doesn't have much of a background, but we could still use it. So there's two. Is there another bluish one that we can use? Maybe. I'm not worried about them all being exactly the same. I like each of the signatures I'm speaking of. And I don't want it too thick because as we embellish the pages and we add pockets and we add little fold outs and tucks and that. Ooh, we need to use some of that. This is paper that I handmade. So, sorry, as I was saying, as you add some of those things into your junk journal, you end up bulking it up. So you want to make sure that you're not adding too much, too many pages, because as it bulks up, you want to be able to, close the book later on. All right, so I'm missing a couple of envelopes. Just give me a second to find a couple of those. I'm going to unplug my headset here so I'm not getting pulled away. Hopefully you can still hear me. I didn't lose my sound. Yeah, I can still see my mic registering. So, just going to grab my box. I have a stash of envelopes, junk mail. Yeah, there's 3. That makes it easy. And this way we've got a nice little window that we can probably work with. All right, let's see if we have enough pages because we want 3 signatures. So we have 2 of those. Move these out of the way. Okay, so I only had 2 of these. There was another one. Let's check and grab an extra one. Yeah, you can save all these little lunch bags. You can save grocery paper bags. They work well for making little pockets and flip outs and fold outs. And don't worry about the terminology. As we go through this, you're gonna understand more and get an idea of what I'm talking about. Flip outs and fold outs and so on and so forth. Oh, these ones might work well too. Grab a couple of those. And where did the little baggies go? That's okay. I don't need to have one in each one. I can just put one in 2 of the signatures. That'll work too. But I was sure I had a couple more of those bags in here. The other thing that works really well too is Kleenex boxes because they've got the opening already. So if you cut it open just so, oh, here's a different one. We can use that one. If you cut it open just so, thanks, Car. Then you can use that window as a frame for pictures behind it and put some clear acetate or whatever. You'll see. We'll play. All right, we have 1, 2, 3. So we're trying to make 3 piles here. Where did 1? This is called Counting with Lori. 1, 2, 3. So we'll do those 3. We said we were going to use these. Now I'm trying to think. I'm thinking 10 pages per signature might be too much. So we're going to see if we can do 8. So what have I got here now? Those are kind of like inserts. They're probably pretty thin, but yeah. Let's keep going there. I did want these ones. So 1, 2, 3. And am I going to be able to incorporate the music? Would be nice. There's a funky page. There's a funky page. And there's a funky page. Okay, so we'll try with those. And then I want 3 of these. I want those ones in. Probably another envelope in each one. Where are we at now? Oh, and I was thinking these as well. That might be enough. Let me do a count. So in the middle, we'll have a pocket with the paper bag and a little insert page. So we'll count this as 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4 with the envelope. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then an envelope as well. I think that will do it. So this is how we're going to put these together. And we can still embellish with these items. We always have these things to embellish with. Yeah, we'll figure it because we're going to be doing pockets. We're going to be doing inserts. There's always going to be a way to decorate these pages. Just give me 1 second. Okay, back. All right. And don't, let me see, just don't discount the fact that you may not have a lot of these items in your stash or as you accumulate them. There are a lot of digital people out there and people who do junk journals and people who make digital products for junk journals. For example, these pages are ones I was able to print out from someone's site. They have them as free downloads, so you can add these, just print them out yourself, add them to your junk journal in case you don't have a resource for old paraphernalia, old books, old magazines. Actually, I'm going to use these. I like these. I'm going to add those. Of course, this is getting bigger than it should be. Car, rein me in. The other thing you can do, just as an example, grab old books from, Value Village, thrift stores, whatever. You can grab pages out of here and use them. Yeah, as long as I know it seems blasphemous to, pull pages out of here, but why not? The if you can only read a book, once or twice with some of these things. It's paper. You can use the paper. Some of the images you can use. You could just cut out the individual image and use that to decorate a page. It's all about playing around with scissors and glue and paper and enjoying yourself. Uh, and use the resources that are available. There's no reason that you can't use something like that. I almost want to add one of those pages too. Do I get rid of the card and add one of those pages? I don't know. Let's see how thick this is. So we have this. We're just going to fold it. One. This can go in like this. And they don't all have to be even. They don't have to be the same size. They don't all have to be all level at the top. They don't have to be all level at the bottom. We're going to mix and match these things. How do I want? I could use this as a flip in one of the pages. This is definitely going in as is. And then this one. We will be trimming these pages down to fit within the book, so don't worry about them being too large or too small at this stage in the game. Okay. And then you also, try and figure out how you want to organize it, where you want each page. Okay, do I want to include this? I know I want this in here. Let's see, because this could be a flip going the other way, because you do need pockets in. If we did a flip that way. Plus it's got, pretty images on it as well. I don't want that right next to it. This could go in here. And then this. We're going to cover up, probably put a pocket in there, maybe a pocket down here, so then we still have the sentiment, or sorry, still have the image. Maybe put that in there. And then we still have this, which will work as a pocket. You can do that as a tuck. Fold this like that. Then we end up with one page. It's going to have a tuck. Yeah, because we need to, oh yeah, that one didn't get separated. Put that there. Maybe this one here. I usually like to break up, plainer pages with the texty type pages. So I think this will work well. We'll have this page, which we'll decorate. I might want to flip that out and put something like this on the outside of there. So we'll have this, this, then we'll have this envelope, which will actually be a tuck. You can tuck that in there. And this page, there. How do I want to get rid of? Could tuck that. How do I want to do that? I don't want two going the same way. Might not use that. Okay, so then we have this, and then the card. The card is the center. So then we have the backs of these. Oh, that one didn't get put in again. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, little pocket, 8, 9. I think that's going to be more than enough for a signature. We have that page to decorate. This we could actually maybe attach that to it. Go that way. No, not really liking the way that's working. Could use the envelope on the cover. How big is it? Oh, it's way too big for the cover. Okay, so the envelope's going to go. It's not going to fit with this project. But this we could still use then. So then you'll have a little pocket here. Or if we attach it to a page there, you'd have a bit of a flip out, or we could flip it out from this page. So you'd have a pocket. You could decorate it like that. Okay, and then we have this, and then we have this. So I think that would be enough for one signature. And then if we have 3, and then we decorate them all, it should be enough. Okay, so let's just clip that one. That is signature number 1. All right, let's do the second one. Let's see where we go with this. How you doing, Car? Are you having a better day than yesterday? Or actually, the day before was, I think, a foggier day. But how's today for you? How are you doing? I love these pages. Just the crinkle of them is It's really nice. It's really cool. Okay, so we'll still use the card. Maybe we'll put this one out here. So I kind of want this one on the outside this time. This can go here. Alright, where are we? These ones. That's actually not bad, but I think I want this. Maybe back here. Maybe here instead. And then that. And maybe we'll actually make this as a little pocket on the back. Kind of like that because it fits. We can cover it up with some really pretty paper, and then we can make this is just a little dip pocket, and then this is a bigger pocket that people can put photos and little notes in. So if we'd like this, got that, this, we'll have that page, that one, beans, the script. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this one here. Maybe we'll put this one right here. I don't know, it's starting to feel a little thin. Maybe I will have to add a couple more pages. There's two, and then that's going to go on the outside. Well, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. Hope everyone is making it through the week. Okay, so that on that one, that on that one. Maybe we'll start with this. And that. Maybe we'll put this envelope on this side. Could actually do it this way and slice open the end and have this as a little pocket. Yeah, there is that. It's also an option. So let's do this. Let's make sure we have it folded in half. And then I can turn this into a pocket, so I'm going to get rid of the lip. That one's going to go in like that. So we have funky pocket, then the card. Malcolm's music is so relaxing. I don't know if you can hear this in the stream. His name is Malcolm Horn. He is a musician first and foremost, but then he plays Minecraft. That's how I found out about him. And he streams quite often. So he has an amazing range of music, and it's free for us to use on our Twitch channels. Yeah, I think I need maybe 1 or 2 more pages added to this. I want to grab, which pages do I want? I'm thinking I want that. I wanted to do, what did I want? There is, maybe something out of here. Just to give it some pizzazz. That's a little bright. We'll add one of these. A couple of those. And then maybe we will grab a couple pages out of the bird book. One, two, three. Oh, the little chipmunk. Oh, Chippy, you're going to get immortalized in a junk journal. Okay, and then these ones are pretty cool. I love the script on this one. So that is probably a good size. Okay, and then we really only need half of this. So I could just chop this down. These are 12 inches wide, so I'll just chop it into 6 at the 6-inch mark, and we should be good. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect when it comes to doing a junk journal. And I kind of like this one too, but I kind of like it like this so that you have writing space. Kind of gives you some basic lines to work with. So we'll see if this is going to be too much or not enough. Once we add these and the pages from the bird book. So we have this one. I'll add this page. Why don't we add this one right here? That one. And let's add the script page. Where do we want that? Maybe right here. Okay, kind of like that. It's not too thick. That's going to go on the back. This is this one. I don't have another clip hand. Oh, I'll use this one. Now this one. Naruto! Hello, how are you doing? Welcome in. Haven't seen you in ages. Alright, we're going to add this one right here. And maybe we'll add this one, the script one. This one's nice. I want to give it some. Actually, what about right in the center? Kind of like that there. Okay, Naruto, I don't know. Well, I think you missed. I'm just putting together the signature pages. So just picking among different pages that I have, papers and so forth, and just trying to figure out where I want to put these. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's more just a matter of balance. Already got that one there. Where do I want to see this? Maybe here. So, yeah, I think that balances out some of the colors. Actually, no, don't want that there. I want it over here. All right. So then that should give us, yeah, I didn't use that one. That's okay. Don't have to use all of them. Okay, so that gives us 3 signatures. Each of them has quite a few pages in them that we can decorate and embellish. So now it's just a matter of figuring out where exactly I want them positioned, because we're going to have to trim them down. And then once we trim them down, we can sew them into the book, but I tend to not sew them into the book right away because we want to embellish the pages, and at some point in time, you know, I might want to do some sewing on a page and add some stitching to it. I am coming your home. That's cool. I wish I can get this. Get what? You're coming to my house? You want to come and craft with me? You can do that. I'll invite you. Invitation is open. Okay, get these here. Because we want to make sure we trim it down so that the, oh yeah, I think I'm going to change the envelope. Because this is going to be too long, so what's going to happen is it's going to cut the ends off the envelope when we trim it for there. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one and get rid of the flap, and we're going to do a folded folded envelope in here and the pockets will be from the top. And we can embellish the envelope. I think I have to do that in the other one too. So then we'll just throw that in there. And then I think everything else is kind of in the right place. It's kind of where I want it. So if this is where I want it, here now is now I could all right, we don't want it. You coming to my house? Okay. So we want to make sure that the pages stay within the frame of the book. So we don't want them any more than 4.5 inches wide by, so let me just make sure I've got a piece of paper and a pen. So we want them to be 4.5 inches this way and no more than, what do we got? 7 inches, I would say. 7 inches this way, top and bottom. That way we have a good idea of where they're going to be. Now, given that we don't have to cut all of these down, we could fold some of the pages up so they create their own pockets. So if I were to do that, and I want this to be 7.5 inches, then I can fold this one up right about there. So we're going to do some manipulations here, because I would rather use as much of the paper as I can, and I don't have to be super accurate because these are going to get glued. And then that one will probably fit. This way I can use this as a guide so I know that that will fit. Now, width-wise, where are we at? Yeah, it can't be any more than 4.5. So that one I will probably trim, but what I want to do with this one underneath, this one is okay. That can, oh, that's going to be a little long too. That's okay, we'll trim that one. This one I want to fold in, so it's going to be its own pocket. So we said 4.5, so somewhere right about there. So this way we're not wasting the paper for a visit. Everyone come and craft with me. And this one, you know what? I don't even care if it's exactly 4.5. Let's go there. Yeah, I had my craft club last night with friends that are local here. We get together once a week, and I took one of my tools for one of the girls because the Sizzix Big Shot. So it's a die cutter that you roll manually, and she's doing a project that she wanted to cut out a ton of leaves, like we're talking hundreds. And I said, well, I have this thing at home. It's called a Sizzix Big Shot. It's a die cutter, and I have leaf dies. Would you like me to bring that to you or to craft night, and you can use it and cut out as many leaves as you want? And she said, sure. Well, didn't she just have a blast with that thing last night? And now she's thinking she wants to have flowers as well. And I'm like, well, I do have flower dies. So she's like, really, really, really? So I think I'm taking it with me next Tuesday night as well. So she'll use it there. Okay, now, are we still good with these envelopes? Yes. Okay, Yeah, so that was a good call. We're going to do pockets with the, and maybe we'll just cut this off. Let's just cut this off at 7. We said 7 inches. Was it 7 inches? 7.5? It was 7.5 there. Yeah, 7.5. How did I not do 7.5? What am I not reading? No, it's got to be 7. Okay. 7, so I was right. All right. Also, happy Women's Day. Well, thank you. Oh, stretch and hydrate. Thank you. Yep, coffee is here. And yeah, I do lean forward quite a bit while I'm doing this. Thank you, Naruto. Much appreciated. Ugh, almost dropped it. Okay, so here we need this to be 7 inches. No more than 7, so we should be good. That piece of scrap there. At that, at that. Oh, this one was here. Oh, this needs to be, oh, so, you know what? So then I probably screwed up on this one and this one. Actually, I kind of like that there. So why don't I just shorten the top part to 7 inches. Don't have to take too much off of it. Yeah, it's International Women's Day. I forgot all about that. I did see a post about that, I think on the news. So thank you. We all appreciate that. Okay, so was that one too long? Yeah, I did 7.5 on this one. This one's got to go up a little bit farther. That'll do. Put that one there. That one, that one. Now this one's 7. This one. So, I think I'm going to trim this off. Because, can I get 7? Kind of. Let's just give it a bit of a bracket. I don't want to put too many pockets because I'm going to be putting pockets within some of the pages. So, I don't want to make a mandatory pocket on each of the pages because I want some that glue in. Some of them are going to be flip outs, tip outs, waterfall pockets, that sort of thing. So I want to make sure we've got a good mix. Alright, so that one's okay now. This one will be okay. This one needs to be trimmed. This one I will do a pocket for. So 7 inches. Oh, let's just fold it up to there. And that'll be a pocket. Now the card is actually, is it just a little over 7? Yeah, 7.5. Alright, well, let's take a little bit off the bottom. Two amazing women in stream and chat. Aw, thank you, Naruto. You are so sweet. Okay, so then we have this. So I believe this is where I want all of that. Let's get it lined up. See, so making those pockets on the bottom made this thicker, so the signature's a little thicker than it was originally, but that's okay. Now, this can only be 4.5 inches wide, so some of this is going to get trimmed. And even once you have the signature in, it's going to pull this in a little bit, but it's not going to pull it in all the way. So, this is where we still have to trim this up on the side. So we need this to be 4.5 inches. Make sure we're straight. And then we have to cut. But it's better that, oh, wait, we don't have to cut all of them. Some of them we could do additional pockets. Okay. This one will get trimmed. This one we could do an additional pocket. Just figure out how later. Can always trim it again later. That one. So we could get rid of the bottom pocket and do a side pocket. Options, options. Always think it through a little bit. Some of that. Do I need all of that? No, that's fine. This I would rather save, so I'll make a thinner pocket there. That will trim off. That will trim off. Maybe we'll trim that off. That's okay. Yeah. I know, isn't he sweet? Maruchu, you are wonderful yourself. We appreciate you too. Okay, so we have this 4.5. We're going for it. Make sure the bottom is all lined up. And this is going to take several passes, so and of course it shifted on me. So now some of these there. That part should be good. So we look at this, we look at our book, and that is where that's going to sit. So just a smidge short from the top, the bottom, and the edge. So that way we've got room to work with it. Okay, so that one is done for now. Clip that, set it aside, and let's do the other two. And then I've got all these scraps here, so let's get rid of these. Okay, next one. Okay, so I think we've got all the pages in here that we want. So again, gotta trim these down. I did bottom pockets with these on the other one, so why don't I shorten this to the 7 inches that I want. Let's try and keep the lettering. So I need 7 inches. That'll be about there. It's kind of a decent. Okay, so 8 inches there. Let's do this. And then flip it this way. We'll get it down to the 7-inch mark. And because we know it can't be any more than 4 inches this way, I know I need to bend up these pages. So we'll have little side pockets. Doesn't have to be exact. Junk journaling is not an exact science. Okay, so what are we doing with the card? Take it off down. Oh, could fold this one up because it's pretty strong. What do we got? 7. Oh, there's really not a whole lot to fold up because we need it 7, right? This one, yeah, it's like 7.5 inches, so not really enough to fold up. So let's just cut it off. 7, 7, 7. Sorry, am I not in the camera enough? Just want to make sure everyone can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then this will need to get trimmed because 4.5. Oops. 4.5, I'm going to lose some of this unless I fold this in. Now that I could do because it's pretty strong. What I want to do is use my bone folder for that. Fold it in at just a little bit more, a little less than 4.5. So give it a nice perforation there. Then this will fold in well. That way we don't lose any of the picture, which is a nice way to do it. Same thing here. So instead of 4.5, it's 4 and is it 4 and 7/8? I guess. No, 4 and 3/8. Right there, right there. Doesn't have to be exact. I'd rather have a little less. And give it a full crease. And then fold. And then that's done. So then that one will fit. Set here. Alright, and then we have the bird page. So let's get rid of, I kind of like having a little bit of a frayed edge on the bottom. The bottom or the top, doesn't matter. It's just nice to have something. I hate to use the term organic, but I guess that's pretty much the term that gets used for a lot of these things. So it's not so perfectly straight and perfectly even. Where are we at? 4.5. We're still gonna need 4.5. Don't wanna. No, we're gonna trim this one off. We're gonna add so many embellishments. We don't need to worry about it. 4.5. If I do this now, then it's easier. Actually, it's still gonna need to be trimmed while the package is together because it's gonna shift them out. So trim it once I get them all together here. That one is okay. That'll get trimmed. Oh yeah, we gotta split the envelope the other way. Just different ways you need to modify how you're doing it. This, we'll do a flip up because I really don't want to lose any of this paper. I love this paper. I love the crinkly sound of it. I think that's the best of it. It's the crinkle crinkle. Okay, so that one goes there. That will get trimmed off at the end. This one will trim. 7. And then that will get trimmed off at the 4.5-inch mark. So this was a knitting pattern. This was actually a knitting pattern, a charted pattern that I had. And then because it didn't work out the way I wanted, I couldn't see everything. I put the piece of paper in my scrap pile, and then I used it when I was coffee dyeing. So I guess it's a really cool pattern. So don't throw out stuff that you print and didn't work right, especially if you're going to do junk journals, because there's a way to use the stuff. Way to use it up so you don't have to waste it. So again, I'm just trimming this to 7 inches tall because that's going to be the height of the book. And then the 4.5 inches wide will get trimmed off when I get them all together in the stack. And oh, this was 6 inches. Yeah. So do I want to? I don't want. This is 6 inches. I don't want to trim this off. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. That should do. I think some of the top. Oh no, that should work because it was 6. All right, so then I think this section is done. Everything's not exactly spaced out where I want it just yet, but it's enough so that I can do the 4.5 inch trim. Yeah. I may stand up for this just to get some leverage. There. Much easier than the other one. Okay, so there's those. That's that one. And number 3. Okay, how are we doing in the chat? Oh, that page is in the way. Awesome. Okay, so that's working. That's working. Woohoo! I might actually be getting the hang of this yet. The Twitch stream I'm talking about. Because it's not easy to figure out. Alright, so we got those scraps. Those are done. Let's get these out of the way. Yes, I could probably use some of these scraps in a couple of some of the embellishments that we're going to use later, but you know what? I have so much paper, I really don't need to. So I can stand to sacrifice a little. I don't have to save every tiny scrap of paper. I know some people do, but you have to know when to say, okay, that's enough. I know some people will save some of those scraps, like these pieces, and they will glue them all onto a page and make a new page. It's like making new paper. And it's like, I have enough paper. I don't need to do that. Not just yet. Okay, so next one. All right, so we need to trim this down. Do I want to trim it or fold it? I think I'll fold it. There's 5, 6, 7. So I'll just go up to here. There's that page. We will trim this one. That's kind of cute with the bird feeder, just using a bowl. But I think they actually put some sort of a heater in here so that the water doesn't freeze during the winter. And the chipmunk. Okay, so we're going to trim the bottom of this. We only need 7 inches. I am amazing too. DJ, you definitely are. I think, more than anything, you were one of the ones that really prompted me to really start streaming. So you are amazing and so appreciated. And we love you. Did you have a good stream, DJ? Are you just vegging for the rest of the afternoon now? I am just working on putting together the signatures for, oh, did I want to fold these ones in too? 4.5 inches. Yeah, there's quite a bit here. Why don't we do that? Just working on putting together the signatures, which is the inserts into a book. So for the junk journal, we need, running it, I'm putting 3 signatures in here. And then we'll embellish those pages. And in case you don't know what a junk journal is, a junk journal is like a journal, but you tend to use junk mail and junk paper, stuff that's been laying around that you haven't needed to use, but don't want to throw out because you don't want it going to a landfill, whatever. You save all the junk paper and you use it in a junk journal. Now, not everyone does that. What am I doing? 4.5, so I want 4 in there. So that way, it's not like you're going out and buying all kinds of new paper to make this. You're not buying pre-made journals. You can make these on your own. There are a lot of people who like documenting their life, their daily life, their thoughts for the day. They like documenting what happened. Maybe there's an event that they went to, like TwitchCon, that they want to keep the receipts and some photos and memories of the event and who they met. And they could jot all these down into a journal such as this. There are specifically, I know there are people who make traveler's journals, and those are specifically for that, for people who travel, want to put all their receipts into their book, into their journal, write down their impressions of the things that they saw, the things that they did, and just have some sort of a keepsake. Everything is so digital these days. Some people still like the tactile feel of pen and paper. And even if it's just jotting down a sentence, like how you felt or what made you feel so uh, enthusiastic about the event that you saw or the movie that you went to or whatever. There's all kinds of ways to remember these things, and some people really do like having pen and paper or pencil and paper, and some people need to sketch. They need some sort of a medium to sketch on and practice their sketching. Because you never know, especially with people who like doing portraits. You could be sitting on a bus and not have anything to really write on, but if you've got your journal with you, you can always do a quick little sketch in there. That's the nice thing about these journals, is there's always blank space for people to write down their thoughts and their impressions of what's going on, how they feel, where they are, and to save a lot of people have those they're little mini cameras so they can take pictures on the go and actually print them out on the go. And they'll put them in their junk journals as well. I've seen people rip off beer labels. If they went out to a party, they went out with friends or whatever, and they had, a good time at karaoke. And the beer bottle label that they ripped off will get added to their junk journal because that's a memory of that night. And the time they spent with friends. All right, so do we have everything in here that we want before we trim it down? I think so. It will get tightened up once we actually stitch it into the junk journal, into the spine, but for right now I just push it down as well as I can. And then trim 4.5, 4.5, and get rid of the excess. Okay, so that takes care of these 3 signatures. So we have 1, 2, 3, and this is how the pages are laid out. So this, we've got a little pocket. We'll glue, here and here. We have a page here, and this one, and we'll have pockets on this side here. And this one, this one. This one we'll try and decide. Maybe we'll get rid of, we want to keep this pocket and get rid of this one. So why don't we just do that right now? Apparently I already got rid of that pocket. Yeah. So that one we'll keep. Actually, we could do 2 pockets here. All I have to do is get rid of this. Actually, and then fold that in there. Or how do I want to do this? I think I still need to get rid of that flap. And anyone, if you're in my stream and you don't follow DJ, you should go follow him because he is your favorite streamer's favorite streamer. Okay, so we have that and we have that. Maybe we'll flip it up in, but you know what? It's going to be unique. All right, so we have these pages. This was in here. And we have an envelope that we're going to be able to tuck stuff in here and decorate. Calendar. Page. Another pocket. This. Maybe we'll put this up taller since we've got so many pockets at the bottom, because what we can do, we're going to decorate each page, but then this is going to be a little pocket because we'll seal it down here and here, and then maybe put something on here as well. So then this is going to be a pocket, and then we've got the center. So this one is pretty much figured out. So that's that one. And then these will fit very nicely in the books. Okay, so if we've got that one, you kind of know what all these look like now because I already went through all of them. Then that way, these will fit in here. We're going to have 3 signatures, and that's going to give us a lot of pages to embellish. Now the question I have to figure out, have to determine first, do I want to do any stitching on any of these pages with the sewing machine before I sew them in, because it'll be too difficult once the signatures are actually in the book. So, even just decorative stitching along the top is usually enough just to make it stand out a bit. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy. There's also ribbon and lace and everything that I can add to it. This is definitely going to be a female-friendly type book, but I know I really want to use the writers and authors batch of items that I got in the Cora Crea Crafts box, because there were a lot of nice items in there. And we can add those here. But see, this way you've got writing space. We can add a little stamp or something, but the page stands on its own. Here you've got writing space. We can add another pocket. Actually, with these ones, I like to leave them as is because it's clear writing space. You've got that. Here you've got a pocket so we can insert some journal cards. So you can tags and journal cards here. Here's not so easy to write on, but we can turn it into pockets for having journal cards in as well. Same with here. You've got some writing space here, but you can also tuck some pockets in here. Here we could do a corner tuck, or we could actually cover this up altogether. Like on these ones, we can cover this up with another page or some images or just some scrap paper because we had, for example, we had this pad here of items from the Cora Crea Crafts thing. So you could pull out one of these pages and stick it on there, and then all of a sudden you've got some clearer writing space. We can even put sideways. We've got the room here to go sideways with that. And then you could have some graphics or something, or maybe a pocket down here to tuck some more items in. Because these will make great little journal cards. Because you don't just have to use the front, you can use the back as well. And we can make some tags and we can add some color. We have paint and pencil crayons and all kinds of stuff. We can do some corner pockets. We can embellish some paper clips and put those in there. These will all work really cool. Yeah, because I like putting just something light over top of this so you can still see the background. Maybe we can even use some gesso and, just fade it out a little bit, but it'll give it some texture. And then we've got some pockets. Okay, so again, my question is still, how much sewing do I want to do? Why don't we just start embellishing some pages? And we can do the sewing after, or I can do the sewing off stream. But we can start embellishing some of these pages. So actually, what I should do, what time are we in at? We are, how come I don't see it? Live, an hour and a half. Okay, so why don't I take a break and bio break, and I will be back in about 5 minutes, and we will continue and we'll start embellishing some of these pages. All right, so I will be back in shortly. And we are back. So, we're going to start embellishing these pages in the signature. We're going to start adding some details, add some pockets. But what I wanted to show you is one of the ones that I had started a while back. It's a smaller version, but very simple. I hadn't figured out a closure for it yet. But you open it up. So it's almost like a canvas. So there's this one, and I added some paint to it just to grunge it up a little bit. You can see here that it has, two signatures. It's got two lines of stitching. Very simple. Oops, some of my items are falling out already. So these are pages that I was able to download. They were digital pages from another crafter. And then as well, I've incorporated some of the paper pads that I had, some of the pages from that. There's lace in here as well. So then you have these pages, and this is where I keep saying, this is a corner tuck. So you add the corner tuck and you embellish this, add some decoration, and then there's tags. There's all these little cards and tags for you to write on. You can write on either side, doesn't matter. You can also write on this whole page. So this is, a corner tuck page. This one just has some beautiful images. You can write on here if people wanted to attach their photo of an item or even paperclip or staple the receipts they had from an event. They could do that right there on that page. Here, again, just some simple embellishments with some stickered flowers, but then there's lots of writing space. I wanted to make sure this had lots of writing space for someone who likes to write and journal. So again, pretty papers. There is a vellum pocket here with some mushrooms, nice little background page, and then again, more tags and note paper for people to write on and then tuck in the page. Again, another corner tuck, little embellishments, journal cards, looks like a little postcard and looks like a little ticket from somewhere, but you can write on both sides. And you can write on the back page as well. And this is another one of those pages where I was playing around with the watercolor uh, paints. Another page with just some washi tape along the edge. You are somebody's reason to smile, so just some embellishment at the top of the page. Another one here with a little pocket on the bottom with a ticket just to, with stamped love, an embellishment at the top, and then some more note cards so that you have some place to write your thoughts. Another page, another pocket, another little tag with some string, and a couple little note cards to write on. See, so this is where the side pockets come in handy. And it's nice because they actually do stay within the book. Another page, I decided just to leave it blank. I didn't want to embellish it because over on this side, I incorporated a strip of this cover fabric and made a belly band. So in the belly band, it's loose, it's attached at the top and the bottom, but then you have a belly band where you can tuck more tags and note cards so that you can write on those. So there's a multitude of ways to tuck things. It's almost like having little surprises, little hidden surprises within the junk journal. Another page, it was a calendar, old ledger paper, you know, some this is like a vellum sticker and then just some words. You can appreciate someone, and then here's the center of that first signature. So normally what I'll do is I'll attach a little bead or I'll attach a little flat charm, something in here so that you can, have this sticking out, or you can leave it in. You could cut it off short if you wanted to, but the idea is to, have it there with something hanging. A lot of people put a lot of dangles off the outside of their books. I hadn't done that on this yet. So then, just continuing with the calendar page. This one I used some note paper. It has it's almost like a post-it note, but it has stickiness at the top, but it was printed. So you can write underneath and you can write on this page. Another one where I just added a sticker, just a little leaf sticker so that and it was a clear background, so you've got a whole page of writing. And this is like a parchment type paper, so it's really, really nice. And then here's what I was talking about, the flip outs. So we have a page here, and I tacked down the envelope lid, the top flap, with a really interesting washi tape that I received. And then you've got the paper that I dyed with the stencils on it. But then in the envelope, you can also have a series of little tags and items to write on, little note cards. So again, that's why they call that a flip out. In here, the next page, another little pocket down at the bottom, and then a couple little tags to write on. And then on this one, here's another little sticker with pen, pencil, and fountain pen. And I made this page into a pocket. So there's more little tags. And look at this one, even looks like a Polaroid picture. So if you did have one of those cute little mini cameras that takes pictures and prints them out instantly, you could actually put that in here. And you could mount this somewhere in the book, or you can just leave it as is. But it's your option, and that's why these journals are so personalized. Once you have it in your hands, you do all the personalization. So just some blank pages for easy writing. Here's another page. This is another flip out, but it's just a page. Um, but it's more journal space. So just a little embellishment here, a sticker, and then it just flips out and you can write there. Just some little prompts. It's always nice to put little prompts, little labels, whatever, in a junk journal in case someone is short on ideas of what to write for the day. Look at a page. You don't have to just, use this as a prompt to read something, but maybe you want to write down books that you want to read, books on your to-do list. You could use this page for that. Something to get them thinking. And then just another embellished page. We've got some script washi tape. We've got a ticket, but there's lots of spaces to do some writing. Same over on here. We have a mushroom page and a butterfly, but you can write in between all of this or right over top of the images. It's up to you. Another little page with some simple embellishments, some sticker flowers, a nice little quote about memory, and writing space again. Same here, writing space, or if you want to do a sketch, if you're a portrait sketcher, use that and sketch something right in that little circle. Another little page and another belly band, but going sideways instead of top to bottom. But then you can still tuck your note cards and your journal cards and tags within the belly band and keep them tucked in there. And a little stamp. I have lots of stamps. Another page for writing and just embellished simply with a sticker. Another page for writing, another page for writing. Lots of pages for writing. And then there's a simple little embellishment here. More pages for writing. There is a butterfly here on this page, and then here there's a circle that's cut out, and you can see the tags and papers in there. But if you take these out, then you'll see the image, if I can get this right, then you'll see the image of the butterfly that's on the inside. So it's there. So you have I have 2 layers of pockets on this one. There's this pocket. Oops, let's try and do it this way. Nice little tag with a deer. Put that one in there. And that one actually does affect the butterfly, but that's okay. And then, more little notes. I don't know where home is, but I'm on my way. Just little quotes, something to get people thinking. And then more pages, more pockets, more tags, more note cards, and another little word prompt. Tickets, vellum stickers, washi tape. You don't have to go hog wild with embellishing, but it's nice because it's like little secret pockets everywhere. This one, I've done we call them altered paper clips. So in this one, I've altered the paper clip and I've put a nice little crochet or a little lace flower that was embroidered. I've stuck it to a piece of paper and wedged the paper clip in between that. So it's a cute little paper clip that doesn't look like a paper clip. And then in here, I've just stapled together some scrap pieces of paper. The person who has this journal can either leave them together or they can write on them, tear them apart, and put them in different sections of the book. It's all up to the journal writer, journal owner. So then I just attach this to one of the pages, and it's up to them how they use it. And then this one, just a little prompt, so you can put your own heading in here. But it's got a beautiful little image of some fairies hanging on a flower branch. And then some music paper. Very simple. Another piece of the parchment. Butterflies galore. More writing space. It's a beautiful day. Add some flowers. Some more paper with really beautiful images. And another little tuck spot for some paper and some notes. Butterfly, this is a corner pocket. More writing space, and then we get to the end. And then just a matter of, I haven't figured out how I wanted to seal this one up, so I just had a bit of twine and I just tied it in a bow. So that is a simple example of a little junk journal that, anyone can make. But it does take some time to make them and put them together. And this one's cute. It's pocket size, so, especially for a woman, this would easily fit in her purse. She could take it along with her and make her notes. If you're sitting in a coffee shop, you can make your notes. So that is what, a somewhat completed junk journal looks like. If you have any questions, please, let me know in the chat. So now we're going to start. We're going to start with this one. I have some ideas, and I know I want to use some of the items that we had from the stream a couple of days ago. And I have some of these printed vintage ephemera and tabs and labels. So you can use these. I can cut these out and use these within the junk journal. And the nice thing is, because I kind of want to stick with that writers and artists theme that we had in that box, I'll incorporate some other things too. But this looks kind of along those lines. So we've got these really cool tabs. So if we want to put a tab on the edge of one of these, it'll be fine. And it's not going to stick out too much from the edge of the book, so it's perfect. So we've got these. We've got inchy notepads and note cards, and we've got little circles that we can use. You can even use these as indexes, or like an index tab on the side. So there's those. We've got some paper that we can cut up to use as note cards. We even have, these are so cool. You can use these as journaling cards, and they're still going to be small enough to fit within the book, the journal. But they look like, remember the book cards, the sign out book cards that we had in the libraries when we were kids? So they have those, and we can make a little pocket for that to go into. And then I have several words, so prompts and sayings that we can add to it to give it some life. And then we also have some tags, very pretty tags that, field notes. You can do some writing on here. We can tape this. We can actually glue this onto the back of a page, similar to this one, if I can get back to it. Similar to this one. Put those two together like that, and then you've got some decent writing space with lines on the back, but you don't have to. You could just attach this to I could attach it to something like this. So cut it out, glue it onto the back of this so that it'll be reinforced. You'll have two pieces of paper there instead of just the one, and you'll have something that actually coordinates with other pages in the book, the journal as well. So there's a multitude of things we can do. I've got some grateful ones, floral seasons. We have some spring blush printables. I might use this lined one just because I like the looks of that. I might use that on the back of the tag. We have some other images that we can use and cut out and use around the borders. We also have the stamps, so I want to make sure I use those. Here's a really pretty page with leaves and a sunflower on top of, like dictionary pages. And this one we'll definitely probably use behind some of the note cards just to back them, and then there's a really big one. But then here's some like pre-made corner pockets. So you just cut these out, bend it along there, glue it into the book, and you've got a pocket. Very simple. So this is going to be you know, continue to be a very chill stream. We've got lots of things to do. I'm going to be sitting here cutting things out. Nothing is going to be rushed. And that's just the way it's going to be. Yeah, and we can make our own pockets. We don't have to use everything, you know, from these pages or from other ones that we have. But, you know, we need to use the items that we have and embellish as we see fit. So I'm just going to keep going. We have the clear stamps that we unwrapped the other day, so I definitely want to embellish some of the pages with those. So let's start. This is where it gets creative. So I've got my inks, I've got my stamp pad, I've got my glue, and I've got my cutter. And I love this paper, this washi, so we definitely have to use this somewhere in here. And since this is the first page of this section, why don't we just get some of this down here now? This, I know this is washi tape and it's not always, you know, super sticky. So I may add some glue to the back of it, but for right now, I'm just going to make sure that I get the size that I need. Or my scissors. So that fits there. That's where I want it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reinforce it. Sorry, trying to make sure that you can see. Just going to reinforce it with some glue. And there really is no right or wrong when it comes to making junk journals or anything like this. It's whatever floats your boat. There's no one that says you can or cannot do it the way you want. See, now already that's added a fair bit of character to that page. That is some cool washi tape though. I like that. All right, we'll stick with that. I do want to use a couple of those corner pockets though, so let me grab. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Ooh, that's a pocket too. Okay, we're gonna cut that out. We might use a couple of these. Definitely gonna be using that, and that, and some of these. So, where did that other one go that I wanted? Are you serious? It's right in my face and I can't find it. Okay, so longer scissors will be easier. Hmm. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to spring. I am getting so tired of the snow. The weather, temperature-wise, is supposed to be improving this week. Looks like every day, you know, during the day, it's actually above 0. So that's a bonus. Makes it easier for walking the dog. Mind you, he came back. Jake and I went out this morning and he came back and he was so dirty. And it's just because everything's wet and everything's melting. So as he walks or kind of trots along, he's kicking up all of this, the grunge from the road, the driveway, and the parking lot. and it's splashing his feet and his legs. He's dirty. So I was trying to wipe him down, but of course this is a dog who does not like his paws or his feet being touched, let alone his legs. Very, very picky. Very adamant that no one touches those things. So, but that's a nice thing. I don't know why, even with my previous dog, it seems that huskies, I don't know. It seems like they have self-cleaning coats because I'm lucky if I ever bathe them like once a year. Um, it just seems to clean itself. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and I'm happy it was like that because, seriously, you should hear a husky being bathed. They don't like the water. I think someone told me one time that something with their instincts, typically, traditionally, if huskies are up north in the Arctic or wherever, northern snowy areas, if there's water, the water is typically icy and they don't want to have anything to do with it. Which is funny because my girlfriend had one of Jake's brothers and he had no problem swimming. He loved going in the water and swimming. Whereas Jake, he doesn't even like his feet getting wet when it's raining. He doesn't like going out in the rain. Snow, he's fine with. So winter is definitely his season. He's not going to be looking forward to the summer. That's a given. These are very large tags. Too big for our purposes. Well, you could have them hanging out the top. Need to reinforce it though, because it's just on regular like copy paper, and it's fairly thin, flimsy. But they are nice with the script behind it. So I'm thinking I may still want to use these. I do have some cardstock I could back it onto, but I also have a ton of paper here that I can back it onto, just to give it a little more stability. And then could do a nice little, I can put either it's not a rivet, what is it? I can hole punch and put a piece of twine or something through the top, or some ribbon, even just thread, some bunched up thread. So we've got those two items. Okay, now I do want to, yeah, because these are pretty thin. So what do we want to back it with? These ones are actually going to, for example, this could go here, and then this, because these will fold under and get glued in, and then this is the pocket. That'll work. Just trying to think. It's kind of thin, but we can always embellish it. Doesn't have to be. These need to be, well, these are made to go into, no, actually, it's kind of, yeah, those are not going to go into those pockets anyway, so we're good with doing whatever we want. So, yeah, okay. Those are something we're going to use. I know, it's the indecisiveness that drives a lot of people nuts. You get doing this and it's like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? I don't want anything too thick on the back of these, and it doesn't matter if it's got a pattern. So let's just get this onto here, but what I want to do is make sure that this, oh, where it did, just want to make sure that we have the fold. Okay. So if you do that, it makes it easier to fold the edges in. If you, I can't remember the term. It's really bad. Okay, but I still don't want a backing for these. No, I really don't care about a backing for these. What I do want a backing for is these. Not enough here, but you know what? We're going to do this. So I know, Naruto, you had said that this glue is not that expensive where you are. Um, but I know here, I just looked at it online, and it is like really expensive. Even on Amazon. This, this, we have a cat who's trying to bomb us again. Even on Amazon, this stuff is like really not cheap. It's like 30 bucks. Well, actually, this one's not bad. Okay, so this is the art glitter glue. That one's it's not a super bad price on Amazon. What is super expensive is that fabric tack stuff that I was using yesterday or 2 days ago. Um, a little 4-ounce bottle, which is what I had in my hands, what is $30 Canadian. That's unheard of. It never used to be that expensive, you know. It used to be maybe $5 or $6 for a bottle. Holy, I could not believe it when I looked at it on Amazon this morning to see if I could buy some more. So I've actually ended up ordering it from another scrapbooking place that I deal with in, are they in Ontario? Think so, but they're closer. They might actually, hold on, I can't remember. No, they're still in Ontario, I believe. Anyways, I ordered some from them today, so I will have some coming. The Beacon I got the Beacon 3-in-1 glue instead of the Fabri-Tac one, just because the Beacon, they're both the same. They're both made by Beacon, and they supposedly have the same properties, but the 3-in-1 glue is almost twice the price, or sorry, is less than the Fabri-Tac one. I'm like, hey, why? I don't understand it. But anyways, at least this place I know I trust them. I've been to their store several times, so I trust that they're gonna send me the good stuff. And seriously, the price, I think it was like 20 bucks, 17 something, before taxes for that particular glue. Okay, so then this one's cool. What I want to do is I want to distress the edges. So, let's grab. So this is distressing. Um, it's water-based ink. So all I'm doing, I've got a little spongy and I've got the glue, or the ink, and I'm just distressing the edge just to make it look more vintagey. There's nothing that no one says you have to do this. Like, and this is a brown color. Which color am I using? Vintage Photo. I have one that's called Antique Tea or Tea Dye or something. I've got Soot Black. Yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, making it look a little more vintagey. And it covers up the cut edge in case you didn't cut so straight or whatever. I can actually add some of it to the back of the page. There, like there's a tag. It doesn't have to be super rigid. I might make the other one a little more rigid, put one in each of the signatures. I don't know yet, but that's a start. Get that one there. So that one's set up, and we can add, you can always embellish these a little bit more. It's cute because this one's got the rose and then it's got a doily behind it, and then it's on script background and that. It's actually really pretty. So we have that. And had to help a cat off the desk before she throws up on it. Not nice. That was not what I was expecting right now. Okay, so I want something a little stronger. That's the one that's kind of nautical themed. Why don't I just, oh, well. This is kind of cardstock type. Let me put this on the back of here. That'll work. So, do any of you do journaling? Is there any type of journaling that you do? Or do you just like working with, you know, paper and glue and scissors? There's a few people that I follow on YouTube, which is how I found out about junk journals to begin with. Pam at the Paper Outpost is hilarious to watch her YouTube videos. Definitely one of my mentors. She's actually a Canadian who lives down in Florida. I don't know how long she's been there. I think it's been several years since she moved down there. But yeah, she's like the queen of doing scrap paper and, you know, everything on a thin budget and using things that you can find fairly cheaply. And it's just she's fun to watch. If you ever get a chance to check out her YouTube, she's good. I think she has a podcast now too, where it's a like an audio podcast where she talks all about scrapbooking and scrap paper, working with scrap paper. She makes a lot of junk journals and shows you different tips and tricks on putting things together, how you can make something out of nothing, basically. Alright. Oh, that one's got a pretty background. We'll distress that one too. But I'm seriously starting to think I'm having Minecraft withdrawals because I haven't played since, I don't know, 3 days? Has it been 3 days now, Carl? I think so. I need to play some Minecraft. Okay. Excuse me. So there's another one. Actually, I'm going to distress it from this side too, because otherwise it doesn't look like it's distressed on both sides. Some people don't bother distressing their pages or giving them any kind of ink like this, and that's fine. You know, it's all user preference. I like the look of it, and it makes the images on the page stand out a little bit more, and it separates it from, you know, the background page that it might be on. So I like the effect it gives it. All right, so we want to we've already have that in there, the washi tape. Did we want to, since we have all that there, I think I want to use this one. So this is the advantage of not having the signatures actually in a book yet. Where did my acrylic block go? Give me a second, I gotta grab one. Okay, so we're going to okay. So, as I was saying, this is the advantage of having these pages not in the signature yet. Or sorry, not in the, you know, sewn into the book yet, because then you can just pull them aside. And stamp them as you need to. That way you'll get a better impression as well. Doesn't matter if the impression isn't perfect anyways, but this is why I use the little spongy behind it. Just so that it indents a little bit, and there we go. So there's the start of that page, but also what I want to do, because this seems to be right now, I need a piece of paper towel. Just checking for a couple other items that I want. So, the paper towel. Just to clean off the ink. Ooh, I could have embossed that too. Ooh, maybe we'll have to do that on a few other pages. Yes, there's no end to the creativity. Okay, so these are just amazing stamps. I love these. Okay, ink, paper towel, and alcohol go over here. All right, and set that aside. So we have this, but what I think I want is one of the words up here from that page, or the phrase. So what do we want? Because it's almost looking like this is going to be, you know, the start of the junk journal. So which one do we want? You know what? Focus on the good. I think that's a good one. My life is my message. Ooh. Actually, a lot of these are really good. Now I don't know which one I want. Oh, you know what? You are enough. I'm going with that one. Okay, and what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to take the black one. Don't have to use the spongy if you don't need to, especially if it's something that's pretty straight. I want this to stand out on the page. So at least with these ones, they're water soluble. So if you get it on your hands, just washes off, soap and water. All right, so this, we want that up there. I was thinking though as well, I remember seeing something in this washi tape. They had all kinds of borders in this. I was sure I saw borders in this. They do. See, so there's this border. I thought I saw a corner one. Something like that. That one's a little much. That's cute. No. Okay. So what I think I'd want is this one right here. Okay, let's put those over there. Staticky. Okay, now let's see if I can get the backing off of it. That's always the trick. Oh, pad. Okay, so that place right there. And then this is going to go here. There's page 1. This is not a quick process. Okay, get that out of the way. So there is page 1. Now, this is going to be a pocket. Then we need to glue these. And on this side. Oops, sorry. You can't see what I'm doing. Okay. So I just added glue to the center here and glue to these edges. I'm wondering, I'm not sure. Just wondering if there is something I can do to zoom this in a little bit for you. Camera control, zoom. Ooh, that might work. Okay. There. This might be a little easier. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, so as I said, I put some glue here. So now we actually have a pocket here. And we have a pocket here. Okay. Now, how do we want to embellish this pocket? Now, I definitely want to use some of the items we received here from the, but there's not a lot there. So, some of the stuff that we had in there. Let me just check. Oh, what did I put it all the way over there? Okay. That might be okay. Hey, why did it flip it? Huh, weird. It was weird, I was seeing, okay, it's got a different camera. Okay. Now, what was I looking for? I was looking for, there was washi tapes that I had for another. Okay, so there's that one. Where'd the other one go? I had some washi tape. Oh, I was gonna pull it out of here. Because we have these. And I was thinking either something along the lines of this one. Let's go typewriter. Or I could do some script along the bottom. These, we have some script. Or I can also stamp some script. It's not unheard of. We have this. We can use that along the bottom. Oh, well, there's that, and there's this one. This one will go well too because this is all about writers and artists, right? So this is all artist type stuff. Okay, so we can use some of that. We've got some script. Okay, let's work with that. Okay, so let's use this. Maybe. Doesn't always have to be all about that stuff too, right? Yeah, let's just go for it. That'll fit there. There, gives us some background for that. This page. You know what? Why not? Let's have some plants there. Now, let's see. Now, this is already, kind of like that. And of course, it doesn't want to come apart. Washi tape being difficult. Come on, separate, separate. I know you wanna. The struggle is real. Come on. Wow. Talk about being a pain. Cannot believe this is being this difficult. I'd have to give up on this piece for right now and do something else. But I'm stubborn. Why won't it separate? Oh, 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 oh. Got it. See, stubborn pays off. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. I want this in here. There we go. There. Just gives a little edge, little lip to the pocket. So now you have, something for the pocket to actually sit in. It's not going to get stuck on it. All right, so we've got that. Do we want to, why don't we put one of these? Because that's going to get tucked, oh, that's going to be on the wrong side though. Could always do it this way. Doesn't have to be. Yeah, could do that. I need the black soot though on this edge. Yeah, just because for some reason that didn't print on that edge. And then we'll decorate this little pocket anyways. Oh, sorry. Keep forgetting I'm not actually in the camera because I moved it so that you would be able to see it better. I'm gonna have to change, I don't know if there's a pan or something I can do with the camera to make it sit where I need it to. Okay, so what I can do, glue this part down first. Where'd my glue go? Glue this down first. Then we glue this part down. Where did my... Yeah, that's the only problem. You get going and it's like, okay, where did everything go? All right, so I kind of like that there, but it's not complete. I want a little piece of this. We're going to do a bit of a collage on this. Why is this giving me so many problems? This stuff does not like me. Okay. You know what we're going to do? Some of this here, and I want it on an angle. So that it's going to come up like that. Now, let's see if I can get this one separated. Because this stuff does not like me. Oh, this one's easier. Maybe I scared it into submission on the last one. Doubt it, but we can hope. Okay, so this is going to go here. And then what I want to do, there was, do I want to stamp? No, there was, ooh, the sticker book. Maybe the sticker book. There might be something in the sticker book that we can use. I have other stamps I can use too, but I have a ton of stickers, so. There's the fairy, there's the butterflies. What do I want to use? Not the crystals. Ooh, maybe one of those. I have another sticker book too. Hold on. Figure out where that one went. This one has a ton of stickers in it. Do I want something colored or black and white? Yeah, question is, will it fit where I want it? Kind of like these mushrooms. Did you get quiet while you're crafting? Of course I get quiet. No one's talking to me, so, I get quiet. Car, are you doing anything tonight? Because I'm thinking I'm having Minecraft withdrawals. I haven't played in several days, so I need to play. And I know hubby has game night tonight with his buddy, so I am available. How are you feeling? Okay, that'll go well there. Let me just trim this up a little bit more. But yes, getting quiet while you're crafting is pretty standard because you just focused on what you're doing. I'm trying to explain everything I'm doing, but sometimes I run out of words too. I love this sticker book. I haven't used it as much as I'd like, but then again, I haven't done as much paper crafting recently as I would like either, so I'm just fussy cutting this one out a bit. I'm not going to do the distressing on the edges of this because it's white and I don't want to detract from that. This should be good. Okay, so little Mr. Mushroom is now going to have a home right there. Because, why? Because I can. Let me see. I'm going to take this off. It's weird, they have all kinds of little items in here that you can use. Just tiniest little stickers. And it's like, really expect people to cut all these little things out? But, look at me. I'm doing exactly what I thought, people wouldn't do. Cut out some of the tiniest little stickers out of this book. But there's thousands. There's got to be thousands of stickers in this book. It's crazy. Bet you can't see me with my tongue out while I'm cutting these tiny little things. So I don't want to waste these little stickers, so I have no idea what it is. I think it's just like a little pea pod. But we're going to put that one right there. And we're going to put this rose. Yeah, we're going to leave it here. Just need some little embellishments. So we have that. We still have to do this inside page. Do. I think this bookshelf will look really cool on one of the pages too, just because this is, kind of writers and artists, and I have no idea what that says. Oh, it's an art director, designer, illustrator, and animator in New York City. The hard part isn't making the decision, it's living with it. Interesting. There's a lot of old ads on here. Okay, but I want... I'm just cutting out this bookshelf because I think that'll be a nice addition to this junk journal. Love life. There are 2 reasons why I wake up in the morning, my alarm clock and you. Oh, I like that one. Aw, to say that to hubby tomorrow morning, except I don't actually wake up to an alarm clock, but I can still say that. He has been so amazing when it comes to getting me ready for streaming and updating my computer, getting me components that I need, and being on the lookout for other things to upgrade my system when I need it. Um, he's already looking at different things that I'm going to need in the future. So he has been, super duper wonderful. Oh, even more books. Oh, look. Oh, God, look. Handbook for the Recently Deceased. If any of you are Beetlejuice fans, it's awesome. Do, do, do. Yeah, this sticker book is really cool. If you're able to grab one and you use a lot of stickers, this one is incredible. They have several, 2 or 3, I think, in this series. Uh, and they have all kinds of images in here that you can use. Hey, my Spotify finished. I wonder if I need to flip to something else. So it looks like the Music Man series is done. Gone through all of that. All right. Let's go to my library. And let's just go with the daily mix. Sounds good. Some Tragically Hip should be good. All right, lots of butterflies. Lots of butterflies. Mushrooms. Lots of mushrooms. Okay, but were there lots of cats too? Ah, Naruto. Look at all the pictures of cats. I know you love the cats. In here. Lots of plants. Okay, but I'm looking specifically for stuff that I can use. You know, writers and authors. I guess it actually works well to have a lot of sayings as well. Oh, these are so cool. Lingerie. Some kind of collages. These are cute. Okay, but yeah, I was looking for. Okay, well, that's a cash register, telephone. Okay, there are some phrases in here that I can use just as prompts. You know, it helps. These are cute. Uh, so there are books. Don't really see a whole lot like art-wise unless you know think of a uh, camera. Um, kitchen stuff. Mushrooms again. Oh, we'll find some other stuff. That's our fruits and vegetables, birds and cages and butterflies. Okay, we'll find some other things to embellish with. Let's not just get hung up on that. Okay, so we have these. Trying to get rid of some of the scrap here. Okay, now I had mentioned I wanted to use, oh, there was some tissue. Hmm. What? This is the fun using papers. This stuff is so cool. I'm not sure how I created it, but it's got glitter to it. Actually. Let's use this one. Ooh, God, I almost did that perfectly. Okay, that'll do. I'm gonna glue this in. It's all about just being creative, not looking for anything to be perfect, and we're not looking for anything to resemble anything else. Oh, sorry. I'm off camera again. Holy. Maybe putting the zoom on isn't a benefit because now I have to lean over the desk to put these things on here. Okay, and then I like this one. We're going to put this one here. We'll leave the books for another page. But I think I want, remember I got the stamps with this? What have we got? You know what? Let's use this one. All right. Okay, so we're gonna put that one up in this corner. What do we want? Do we want black or do we want brown? Let's use black. So, Car, did you hear me? Are you up for playing Minecraft tonight? There. Okay, I like those pages. That one's fine as is. And then got this here. Actually, I think I want to glue that little edge. Okay. We'll come back to that in case there's something else we want to do to it. Just wondering if I pull this in. And I don't have to lean so far into the center for you to see me. Or see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to kind of do a mix, I know, with this. Now, so we have that. Oh, that was the one I wanted. Okay. So I'm looking at this page and I'm thinking I want Okay, so the easier way to attach this instead of using the this glue, instead of using the art glitter glue, is good old Elmer's glue stick. I need a piece of scrap paper underneath. Give me this one. And you just want to make sure you've got a good coating so that it doesn't fall off the edges. You can always tack down the edges a little bit more after the fact, but Let's get this in here. Okay. See? So this is why, you know, like that magazine page or the book page has all those images on it, but you don't have to deal with those images. It's a paper. It's a blank canvas for you to use and add something else to it. And the nice thing to make it cohesive through all the signatures, I'll make sure that I add bits of this, you know, on other tags and stuff, and other items that get added. Like this, I can turn into a tag. I can make a collage piece sort of thing. So, handy dandy glue stick. We're going to make a collage piece. God, again, you can't see what I'm doing. Maybe I need to zoom it back out again. Okay. And then it's actually pretty much straight right there, so copy down. If you're talking, I can't hear you. Okay, Car, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Car? My mic is moving on the audio mixer, so I can hear that, or I can see that. But are you not able to hear me? Let me know. Car, can you hear me? Hold on. Let me check. Car doodles. Okay, so I don't want that one. Ooh, maybe we'll do this one. Are you listening? Are you here? Because I'm here. I'm kind of listening to music and just crafting along, so I'm not always saying anything while I'm going, but let me know if, all of a sudden I've lost sound because I've been having issues with my headset. But then again, I don't always know when you're sending a message, so maybe I should activate some sort of a notification when a message comes into the chat. Then I know to look right away, because otherwise I get involved with what I'm doing and I don't look. I really need to get better at that. That's okay. It'll take time. And then, oh, come on. I got to use the splats. The splats just look awesome. Okay, hold on. There's one there. And then there's another one here. Those are two little ones. And then that's a double one. And then there, okay, so let's do those. See how that looks up here. Okay, those actually look cool. All right, we'll work with those. Mm-hmm. It's a big round one. Okay. Do-do. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm trying not to sing on stream because I'm pretty sure not everyone wants to hear me sing because I'm not that great at it. But, there's certain songs you just want to sing along with. It's just, you can't help it. So, I don't know if you can hear the music. Hope you can, because I'm enjoying it. How do I not have... Are there more of these? Looks like I've got the splats on the wrong spots, but that one has three, so that's that one. It's always fun trying to get these back in their spots. Okay, so I used a couple of those. Okay, I'm going to keep using these. I like them. And it adds some consistency to the pages if you see similar images every so often. Okay, but I'm making this into kind of like a tab. And I'm liking the way this looks. It's going to need to be back though because it's pretty thin. But I'm kind of collaging it. Oh yeah, and that's that other pocket that I want to use. And let me see. So we don't want that. But I do have, oh, that'll be too thin. I want something a little thicker. That'll be a little thicker. Oh, that's the other thing I can use. The Cora Crea Crafts stuff. I can use one of these. Let's do that. Oh, don't want that on there. Okay, so glue, glue. likes getting sticky. Okay. And we can actually stick this down the whole way, and then we can cut this into a couple pieces. I might be able to use some more of this. So, I'm going to clip this one off at this. So now we have now we're going to have two pieces. This one, see? So we made a tag, kind of collaged a tag. Let me see. Do I want to trim a little bit of this off? And then, ooh, I forgot my corner jumper. That'll come in handy for some of these too. But what I want to do is, okay, so that one's there. I want this one here. Lid on the glue so it doesn't dry out. And get this one going. And get some distressing on this edge. You could sit and actually do a whole session, just hours and hours of hours, using all the bits and pieces that you have in your stash of papers and just make tags. It's incredible how much stuff we actually have when you start putting it together. And then what I'll do on this is I'll put a little hole. I'll punch a hole and put a piece of string in it. But at least that way, we have a little tag. And you can write on the back. So, it's another embellishment. Okay. So, and then we have the rest of this that we can still make into another tag. We just want to do some more collaging on it. Let me see. Pulled that one out. We don't want to use that. These are nice, but they need to be backed because they're not thick enough. All right, so we have this page. Wow, I did a crappy job at cutting that, didn't I? Oh, you know what? Instead of doing that, why don't I put some washi tape along that edge? I can tie that in with this one. We have that other washi tape too, but this one, are you going to see that here? That will kind of tie it in, so let's do that. Let's get some washi tape along this edge so that we reinforce it a bit. Okay, cool. Thanks, Car. Appreciate you checking on me. I know I get quiet when I'm crafting. I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain everything as I go, but at the same time you get focused, and then of course I've been fighting with some of this washi tape because it doesn't want to separate from the backing. But that's okay. I'm dealing with it. Eventually it separates. And I zoomed in the camera a bit, so I don't know if that helps. But then I'm having to remember to lean forward a bit so that I stay in camera, because I know I was off camera for a little bit, so I do apologize. Oh, come on. I did your buddy just a few minutes ago. Separate. Separate. There. There, there, there. Come on, come on. You can do it! Yes. All right, so I'm going to get this one down. Going to lay it down first. No, don't stick to me. Don't stick to me. Okay, you're going to stick to me. Ugh. Yeah, should have left a little piece of the paper left on it. All right. If we go there. You know what? Close enough. It's on. No one said it had to be completely straight. There. There. Now we've reinforced that edge because it was getting a little wonky. And what I'm going to do on here, kind of want these things. I'm going to put one of these here. And maybe we'll put a different one down here. I have lots. Do I want one? Yeah, maybe switch up the color a bit. Because that kind of goes with that one. And what I want is a bit of script. Let me grab one other stamp. Okay. So I've got another one here. And just gonna, oh, actually, let's do it fairly muted. I don't want it like really dark. Okay. There, that way it just gives us just a little bit of an imprint, gives us some background. Doesn't have to be legible. And we're going to put this one here. And there. Yeah, I know. Seems kind of weird, but you know what? It works in the end. That's all that matters. Okay. This one is going here. I know sometimes it looks like a hot mess, but you know, it works in the end. Ah, I'm getting glue all over. Keep forgetting I glued on that page. Okay. So then we've got that there, and then I want to overlap another one here. So that, oh, actually some of these are really cool. Let's try one of these. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot how much I love doing this. It's been a while. Why is this not? Okay. Well, if you don't want to stick with that, then you're going to stick with the other one. Just fine. You will stick. Now, I'm wondering if I want one item. Just once you get embellishing these pages, you don't want to stop. All of a sudden, it's like, ooh, I want to put this there, and ooh, I want to put that there. And where did my sticker book go? And do I have? Ooh, you know what? I know what I have. I know what I have. I have stickers that they're like stamps. Let me see. Are they in here? There might be some in here. I have such a collection of stuff. This is why I need to do this, because I need to use these things up. Ooh, let's see. Maybe there might be one in here that we can use. Maybe. There's some really interesting ones in here. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll just go with this one. Kind of like it. Not that it necessarily fits, but I kind of like it. It's just definitely a collage page, which is fine. The trick is if I can get this undone too. Please release from your backing. Huh. See, you talk pretty to it, it works. Maybe. Okay, so you are going here. There, that page looks far more interesting than it did originally. I like it. Okay, so that's that one, this one. So there's, space to write there. Now I can do the back of that, or I can do the back of this page. What should we do there? I have this page that I could add. This one's kind of cool though, because it's vellum, so you can see through it. Kind of like that. Don't want to cover up Chippy though. Well, I guess I can cover up Chippy. Or we can put this here, at least part of it. Yeah, kind of like that there, and I can use this elsewhere. Let's do, okay, where's my tearing ruler? Where did I put my tearing ruler? I know you're going to say, what's a tearing ruler? Tearing ruler is a plastic ruler that I got from the dollar store, and then I took a pair of needle nose pliers and broke the edge of it so that it's got a jagged edge. And this way, I can tear my own page so it looks kind of raggedy, but the rulers that are actually called tearing rulers are very expensive. So this was a cheaper option. All right, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to use this as a tag somewhere, or at least incorporate it in. Put this away for now. What else do I have? I've got mappy things. You know what? Why don't I, just because we're still trying to incorporate some of this, we can put this at the top. All right, we'll do that. Okay, 1 minute. I need to blow my nose. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to, okay, let's put all this over here. So we're working on this page. I want this to go here. I think that'll all fit. There. So we'll get this on here. Then that incorporates this tissue in another spot in the signature, which just makes it cohesive. And then what I want is this page on here. But I want to make sure that we have that should work. And then we're going to put this here. Actually, I think what I want to do is just distress the edge of this page a little bit before I add that. I think it's just going to make it blend a little bit better. So then this will go here, see how that blends. But what I can do to make this stand out a little bit more, pull my pad off, kind of need the black one. Where's the black one? I'm going to distress the edge of this, especially this is the edge that, I did with my jagged ruler. And then this will make it stand up from the page just a little bit more as well. So, car, are you there? Can you hear me? I am and I can. Okay. Okay, well that was my question. Do you have any plans for tonight? Or did you want to play? Because I mentioned a couple times now in my stream that I'm suffering withdrawals. I need to play some Minecraft. So I was wondering if you were interested, if you were feeling up to it, if there was something you wanted to play. Doesn't have to be Minecraft, I guess. It could be Fall Guys. Could be something. But depends on how you feel. But I'm pretty sure you haven't played in a few days too, so I'm expecting you're probably feeling the withdrawal symptoms. DJ, I'm playing Monopoly right now. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Is it good? Because DJ mentioned that to me yesterday too, and I looked at some of the reviews, and there were a lot of really bad reviews on that. So that's why I was wondering if it was any good. Because I know it's on sale, so it'd be a great time to buy it, but I don't want to buy something if it's going to be really shabby or questionable. You know what? I don't think I want to add anything else to that. Because you can write on there, or maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll do the pocket so that we can insert some things there. I have prezzies? What do you mean I have What? Did someone gift me a game somewhere? Okay. All right. So I kind of like the way those two pages are. What am I at? I'm at almost 3.5 hours. So this isn't bad. So let's just do a summary of what I've got so far. In Steam. Okay, I will check. All right. So we put the three signatures together. We at least have the pages put together. We've started um, we've started embellishing and decorating the first signature. So on this page, we have some really nice washi tape with a burnt edge to it, and we've got a stamp and, a nice little saying that you are enough. Then the next page, we've got some plants just to give it some contrasting color, some washi tape, and this is on a page that I had kind of sprinkled with uh, Brisso. What's the? I'm trying to remember the name of the paint. I'll have to link it in the description. And then this page we've covered because this is like basically a book page. But what I've done is covered it with some script um, stamp, and then paper, some tissue behind it, some washi, another kind of like a quote, and a vellum stamp. So there's some interest there. And then because I was trying to do the same pages at the same time, um, we have the back of this one. So it's got a little pocket. So we have a little pocket to put some tags or note cards or journal cards in. So, that's a start there. I don't know if I'll embellish any more on that page. I do have a couple of stamps that would just be kind of like lines. I could do that faintly. This side, we have, the love life. There are two reasons why I wake up in the morning, my alarm clock and you. So a really nice quote, and this is on some paper that I had dyed and played around with. It's got some sparkle to it. We did a stamp at the top here. This page is the other side of that book page from the magazine or whatever. So we've added some script stamping, we've added some tissue just to be cohesive with the other parts of the book, so it has that the same color scheme. And then we've added this page. Don't know if I'll embellish this, or maybe we'll add an embellished paper clip with a stack of papers to it for doing notepads or like notes and journals. So that is the start. Oh, and then we made this tag. So we've got just a little tag to add to it. So it has writing space on it. We have another one in the works, so this will be another tag that we can put in. And we have these two large tags. I don't know if they'll go in here, if they'll go in something else, but they're already prepared and ready to go. And I think there's one other pocket. Yeah, there's another pocket that we can add to the book in the journal pages. So we have a good start. It takes a while to go through these, and I can't wait to, do this. I want to make sure that there is an image back here behind this, and the page here will be covered with paper and the cutout here for the window envelope. So we'll have something nice in there, and we'll cover this up as well with some decorative paper or whatever. And we'll have another pocket here. We'll seal these two edges, and we'll just keep going. We'll just keep decorating. So I hope you have enjoyed doing this with me. And, I'm glad to have you along. I love explaining this to you. I'm sorry if I get quiet while I'm going along and just crafting my way. But it's fun. It's addictive. Once you get started, you just kind of keep going and going and going, and it's it's well worth it in the end. This is going to be a really nice junk journal um, that I'm probably going to gift or maybe sell. I don't know, but I'm already in love with it, and I'm having fun embellishing it and decorating it. So I am going to end my stream with that. So let me get up my stream ending sign. Oh, sorry. Um, I forgot. I don't. I guess I don't have my mic set up for the ending stream. So, thank you, Car. Thank you for letting me know that. Um, so I am going to raid. We're gonna raid KB Fibers. Um, yeah, I need to set up a couple other things, Car, to make that work right. Um, because she does a lot of knitting and crocheting, and she has a farm, and she participates in the what is it called? Sock Mania each year. Anyways, I follow her stream. She's really cool. So I'm going to do trade. And what have we got? Okay. Do do do. So we're going to write KB Fibers. So I want you to send the love to her. She is, hold on, I have a raid message somewhere. Now I don't remember where I put it. Where is it? Do do do. Give me one moment. Hmm, should be in here. Yeah, because I was playing around with this morning and trying to get things set up because I am still so new to this. Where is that? And hmm. All right. I don't remember where it is, and I'm not sure how to make this happen. So I know I have a raid message, but I don't remember how to do this. So we're gonna raid KB Fibers, send the love to her, and uh, yeah, that should do it. So let's go. And thank you for being with me today. And I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you have any questions, feel free to send me comments. I'll be posting this on YouTube in a couple of days. Thank you so much to Cardoodles for being my mod today. I appreciate it. I know you were doing other things at the same time, so every little bit that you've done for me is so helpful. Awesome. So here we go.